watch and burn.
Hey everybody. So tonight I'm wondering, this is a question I've had since I was a kid. Who did Regan kill in The Exorcist? I know that it was Bert, and I believe Bert was the director of her mom, Chris's movie, the British guy. But then I thought it was the tall, good-looking dude with the gray hair who was at the party. When Regan comes downstairs, she looks right at the tall, good-looking guy wearing I think it was like a silver suit, and she says, "You're gonna die up there." And then she proceeds to urinate on the floor. So, did she kill the tall guy? But then, when Chris is stuck in the room with her and Regan's head spins around, she takes on, she does the voice of the director of the movie that Chris was in. And she says, as him, "Do you know what she did, your cunting daughter?" So that leads me to think that, yeah, she pushed Bert, the director of the movie, out her window and broke his neck in the process. And that might have been why Regan chose to spin her head around and say it in his voice, because that's exactly how the police found his body, with his head spun completely around. So that's why Regan most likely twisted her head like that. But then Bert wasn't in the room when she said to that dude that "you're gonna die up there." I've scanned that party over and over again where the priest is singing at the piano. And Bert, the little British dude who was directing Chris McNeil's movie, he wasn't there. So I just don't understand what was going on, because, I mean, Bert was technically at the party, but he was picking on Chris's servant, the Austrian guy, kept calling him a Nazi and saying, like, was it community relations that you did for Goebbels or whatever it was? And then I don't see him again because they walk him out, if memory serves. They have him put on his jacket, and Chris and Kitty Wynn help him to the door, and they get rid of him. And after he leaves, they're laughing about it. So who does Regan threaten, and who does Regan kill? I've never been 100% clear about that. My gut's telling me it's Bert, the British guy who was accusing the Austrian of being a Nazi. But then why did she say to the tall dude in the suit that "you're going to die up there"? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's just me. This is a question I've had like my whole life. I saw this movie for the first time like way back when I was a little kid. Didn't even scare me until like 3 a.m. rolled around and I started thinking about Captain Howdy. And that's when I realized the true power of The Exorcist. It's when you're alone and you start thinking about Captain Howdy. But yeah, who did Regan kill? That's it. You guys are amazing. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.